President Trump, 18 others are accused of trying to overturn Georgia's election results. Back in 2020, overnight, 4 more co-defendants did turn themselves in. Those names, which you may or may not know, Jeffrey Bossert Clark, Robert David Cheeley, Emily Hayes, and Sean Still. The remaining are either trying to have their case moved, including Mark Meadows, or they have until today to turn themselves in. Brooke Schaefer, live outside that jail where President Trump self-surrendered. I'm sure there are a lot of Americans who think, oh, my God, this is so weird seeing a president in a mugshot.
Yeah, no, definitely a remarkable moment. It was also surprising, I think, for some people how quickly the process happened. It was really only about 20 minutes from the moment the motorcade arrived to when it was leaving, headed right back to the airport. But in that time, former President Donald Trump was booked, fingerprinted, and like you said, he got his mugshot taken.
This morning, a first, a mugshot of a former U.S. president. Authorities in Fulton County, Georgia, releasing the unprecedented booking photo of former President Donald Trump. Mr. Trump turned himself in Thursday on charges he tried to overturn his 2020 election loss in Georgia. His booking at the jail, a speedy one, only lasting about 20 minutes. Lawyers had already agreed to a $200,000 bond. NewsNation's Brian Enton.
There were a lot of planning meetings that went into this. He went into that booking area. There was the mugshot, the fingerprints, filled out some forms, and then he was out.
Following the arrest, former President Trump remained defiant.
What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
This is the 4th time this year Mr. Trump has surrendered to law enforcement, but this is his first mugshot. Authorities near Atlanta, Georgia had said they plan to treat the 45th president as they would any defendant. Mr. Trump's mugshot now joining a growing list of booking photos in the Georgia election case. Each of the 19 co-defendants given until today to surrender, including former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. He turned himself in on Wednesday, and former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, who tried avoiding the booking deadline while his attorneys attempt to move the case to federal court. Meadows was booked and released on a $100,000 bond.
As expected, Mr. Trump and his team are already fundraising off that now historic booking photo. Mr. Trump posted the picture to his social media accounts, including his X, formerly known as Twitter, account, with the words "Never Surrender" and a link to donate to his 2024 presidential campaign. This is actually the first time that Mr. Trump has posted on his Twitter account since January of 2021. The former president expected back here in Georgia for his arraignment next month.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.